All right, so what's going on, y'all? It's your boy KPN Trades, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Get your ass up and get in front of these markets. That's where you supposed to be. If you ain't, I'm on your ass, man. Get your ass up, bro. Get the fuck out the bed. Y'all know what time it is. But look, while we here, man, we took a trade this morning. We got some profit out of it. So basically what I want to do is just show y'all my strategy on how I got the profits I got out of NASDAQ this morning. So as we all know, this trade was took around 9:30 this morning, and that's when volume pushes the most. I'm in the East. For y'all, it may be a few hours behind, but just know if I'm in the East, it's 9:30 for me. Some of y'all it's 6:30. Some of y'all it's 8:30. So what I did was pretty much I look for my floor and my ceiling, which is my support and resistance, right? And once I find that, then that's how I determine my entry. All right. So ceiling's at the top right here, right? Because we know Nas can shoot all the way down and all the way up, right? So you never can be too sure about Nas. So once I find my ceiling, then I want to go and find my floor, right? Which would be here. Right at the bottom of this trade right here. Well, right at the bottom of this counter, my bad, y'all. But look, once we found this, once we've got, you know, clarification to go ahead and get in, and that's when I take my trade. Other than that, guys, it's very simple. I do not take my trade unless it breaks through the floor or the ceiling, and that's it. That's point blank. Period. If you're taking a trade before then obviously you pretty much don't know what you're doing. You probably need to study a little bit more, unless you are doing weekly trades or things of that nature. So I'm gonna pull this down just a little bit. Give me 1 second, guys. So it's even. I wanted to go ahead and match. So boom, right there. Pretty much even enough. So what we do is we just sit here and we wait, right? We got our. Let me make sure that y'all can see this. I'm gonna make this line a little bit thicker than what it is. Boom. Boom. So you find your floor and your ceiling. It's simple, guys. It's simple. And then after I find my floor and my ceiling, all right, I go to the daily chart, right? So right now, the daily chart, as of earlier, we're doing a replay right now. As of earlier, it would have been buying, right? So I just go based off what the daily candle is telling me at first, but I still come in and I want to draw all of my ceiling and floor. So once I get my ceiling and floor made, it's very, very simple. It's either we shoot through the floor or we shoot through the ceiling, right? And we all know once we shoot through the floor, it's probably the bullet probably ain't coming back no time soon. I know once we shoot through the ceiling, it's gonna take a minute for the bullet to fall. So that's my term on it. I think that's the easiest way to put it to y'all, man. I don't like to confuse y'all with a bunch of words to me that don't make too much sense, but just find your floor and your ceiling. For some of you experienced traders out there, that's your resistance and your support. So you find where the market previous touched that, couldn't pass, and that's when you draw your zones and your lines and stuff there. So once it breaks out, you're profitable. So once we found that, guys, what we do is we just sit back and wait, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So we sit back and wait and we just play it out, right? So I just want you guys to see how this works and how to shoot through. Also, the SMA is right there as well for you guys that like to do SMAs. You know, once you cross through the SMA, pretty much, it's either going to go down or it's going to go up. Y'all know how the SMA work. Shouldn't have to explain that too much. So we're going to speed this up. This is right around the time that, let's speed it up a little bit. All right, chat. So like I said, once we break through, we enter, right? But we do not enter before you break through. Okay? I'm going to say it again. Do not enter the trade before it breaks through the floor. Okay? Once it goes through the floor, then you enter. Once it goes through the ceiling, then you enter. You're just finding the top position of the market and the bottom position of the market for the time being. Meaning you're looking for right now, right? We're not looking all the way left. We're not looking for extra shit. We're just looking for right now. What do I see right now? Right? Boom. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna show you when to enter. Right? You gotta make sure that it's consistently going through the floor, right? So you want to make sure, hey, if I get in, hey, I'm not, in too much of a retracement, things of that nature. So right now, boom, I'm entering this trade. Do you see how much space you got here, right? I want to zoom in. Look at how much space it is from this zone, which lets me know, hey, we just broke here. We just broke through the floor here. We broke this previous zone and this previous zone here, right? So once it comes out, then hey, I know it's going to find a new low, right? So what I do is I do a highlight. I do about 2 to 3 contracts because, like I said, we on a funded account. And I get in and I get out because you have to stay within the consistency rules to be able to pass, or get a payout through certain prop firms, which I'm using TraderFi right now. Top Step, you don't have to do that. You just have to go ahead and pass within like 2 days, which is the earliest you can pass, with a consistency rate of 50%. You just got to stay in the 50% range. But what you would have to do is, pretty much just wait for the breakout, man. That's it's simple, bro. Don't overcomplicate it because it's not that hard. So boom, right here is where I entered my trade at, and we just let it play out. So boom, it didn't take long. Right about down at the bottom there is where I took my profits here. I took my profits about here, so I got in up in this area. Boom, took my profits right there. That keeps me in a good consistency rate for the prop firm, right? But we all know how Nas does, right? This is a pretty breakthrough, right? This is a clean breakthrough. This is a great trade for a person with a real account, meaning that they're not trading prop firms. They don't have to follow consistency rules, or they got a funded account that doesn't have a consistency rule to it. This is a trade that you would hold, but I always preach get in and get out because you never know how Nas does it. It can look good 1 minute, and the next minute your fucking account is gone. So if you are trading funded accounts, it is very, very important that you have a consistency rate when it comes to this. You got to have very, very good risk management, and you got to get in and get out, man. But like I said, this is a great trade for anybody. Just watch this beautiful shit, man. Just watch how far this candle drops, which we all know when momentum picks up. Every day around the same time, in Nasdaq, which is in the morning times. Boom, man. This is where it gets beautiful at. This is what you want to see. This is the setup we all want to see when we trade, right? Not the choppy shit, right? Even though I did a trade yesterday, and we were very profitable off of a choppy market. So this is pretty much it, man. Look at how far that thing dropped. You can't be mad with yourself for that, man. That's pretty damn good for a breakout. So that's what I trade. I trade breakout strategy. So my strategy is easy. Find the ceiling, find the floor, wait till it breaks through either one. Right here could have been, if you're looking for your floor and ceiling, right here could have been the second level. Let me do this right quick. Boom. This could have been the second level. This was a live trade, by the way, guys. Boom. But look at how beautiful that is, right? This could have been your first level on to the ceiling, right? So we go through this level here. If it had bought, boom, you got in. You could have, entered right here, got up a little bit, got in, got out, because it's going past the previous zone. Boom, go through the ceiling. That could have been your TP2 right in there. So, y'all know how to do it, man. If you're a trader, you know what time it is. But also, why I say get out, because you have stuff like this that'll come up and take the entire count out or put you in the negative, and we don't want to do that. Even though we got enough momentum going this way for it to keep going down, and then if we look at the daily, this whole entire candle has sold. So if I can go and look at the markets like where they are now, like I said, we on the replay. Pretty sure it's still selling like hell, but if you are in a consistency account, right? A prop firm account, get out because it's going to cost you. You make too much, it's going to cost you. They just want to see you be consistent so they can pay you. But that's all, man. We up out of here. Easy peasy. You know what I'm saying? Let's just leave this right here. I don't want to make nothing too hard for you. Look, real easy. Real fucking easy. Find your floor and your ceiling. Boom, my ceiling. And my floor right here. Simple. Break through either one. And that's it. You got confirmation with your SMA right here that it crossed through the SMA and it went down. So that lets you know, hey, we could be going that way for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? So if you have any trouble, man, just let me know. Hit me up. Check out the strategy. Boom. There it is, y'all. We up out of here. Peace out.